welcome to part 1B of parts of speech. In the previous lesson, we had promised to cover the remaining parts of speech, so here we go. So, first and foremost, a quick recap of what we had done previously. So, we looked at parts of speech, then we said they are also called word categories, or we can just call them word classes. Then we discussed them in summary, all the while letting you know that each word category can be discussed in details, and that the limitations of time and length would not allow us to look at each word class individually, but there shall come videos of individual word classes at your request. So we get that. There were nouns, we discussed articles, we looked at pronouns, we looked at adjectives. We also discussed a bit of verbs, and we talked about the definition in details, where we all agreed that verbs either express an action or a status. We showed in a sentence a verb in which a status has been expressed and a verb in which an action has been expressed, as in, a dog chased us away. Our verb is chased. So this is an action verb. This is that action of chasing. Okay? You can have a status verb where we still talk about the dog, but this time round we attach status to the dog. The dog is sick. If you love dogs, you must be feeling some jitters already. The dog is sick. So is becomes the status verb. So it's not necessarily an action, but it's just a status. Now we are going to look at the remaining word classes. So to get us started, let's get a clean board that you get to see things clearly. So to get us started, we move on to adverbs. Adverbs are words that modify verbs in simple language. That is, of course, somebody could look at it in a detailed manner, but we are now talking about a modification of the verb using an adverb. So an adverb modifies a verb, or it gives us more information about a verb in a sentence in the sense of time. It can also be in the context of place, where the action happened rather. It can also be the exact degree or extent. It can also be the manner in which that particular action took place. So let's see just a few examples here in a sentence where a verb has been modified by an adverb. Let's get it up and running. So once again, when I get that cleaned. Okay, so we get down to a sentence example so that you can understand it much better. So let's look at the verb kick, for instance. Kick is a common word. So when you say Omondi kicked the ball, and somebody says Omondi kicked the ball frantically. Okay, so the second sentence gives us kicked, but the Omondi in the second case did not only kick the ball, but the kicking was done frantically, meaning quickly and without giving much attention to whichever direction the ball was going and so forth. So the ball was kicked frantically. So therefore, kicked as a verb has been modified by the adverb frantically. We can give an example in which an adverb has given us that element of time. Maybe Omondi. Sorry if you're called Omondi. maybe football offends you and maybe you're watching this. Omondi kicked the ball slowly in the morning. Or let's say, instead of saying in the morning, you can say that morning. So we have that morning and we have slowly. So this one gives us the manner in which the ball was kicked. This one shows us the time that the ball was kicked. So you've got an adverbial phrase here, of course. So an adverb can have that context of time, can have the extent, the degree, and the manner in which an action happened. So that's the work of adverbs. So a video of the same shall follow very soon. Stay tuned to the channel. Always remember to subscribe, and by the way, drop your comment over there. Don't just learn and then you don't. Dropping a comment does not cost you anything, for sure. Don't be a selfish student. It's good to appreciate, give credit where it is due. After all, these lessons are just absolutely free of charge. No subscription fee, nothing. Our pleasure is you to understand this foreign language. So let's continue. So next we look at prepositions. Prepositions are words that show us the relationship between nouns and other words. So we're going to look at how that relationship is expressed. A noun has a relationship with other words, and that relationship can only be shown using a word we call a preposition. So let's see in a sentence where we use, let's give an example of a noun like cat. See, we have a cat. Okay, then we attach an article and say the cat is under the table. Okay, never mind, the cat is under the table. When you're writing your work, submitting to your teachers, don't write things which are like this. It can be horrible. The cat is under the table. So we have the preposition under, and the noun here is table. So we have got noun 1, noun number 2. How are they related? The relationship now is being shown by, of course, the preposition under. We do have other prepositions like in, for, over, etc. So we got the next word class. Look at the next word class. Let me just erase that. The next word class is going to be the conjunctions. Hope so, yeah. Conjunctions are words used to join whole sentences or clauses together. Now, at this level, don't bother about the word clauses. Once again, if you stay tuned to this channel, you're going to learn what exactly is a clause in English and why it should we understand the concept of a clause. Okay, in spoken English, if you're a good speaker, you have gained competence in speaking, you may not need to really understand what's a clause for you to speak the correct English, but in written English it does affect you. So we are saying a conjunction is used to join a whole sentence or a clause. A clause is simply a subject and a verb, which may be a complete or incomplete. So we have to look at an example of two sentences. Let's say Mwadime. If you're called Mwadime, you can be proud of yourself. I'm now mentioning you. Mwadime smiled at her. Mwadime okay, what do you say after that? If you are Mwadime, Mwadime smiled at her. Mwadime liked her neatly neatly covered book. I'm like coughing when I'm teaching online. Now we're going to have these two sentences joined so that you see how they look like. So if you want to join them, maybe you could say, Mwadime smiled at her because he liked her neatly covered book. So let's see. The new sentence would be, Mwadime smiled at her because he liked her neatly covered book. So let's just erase this and write the sentence. The new sentence, now if you use a conjunction, what we're going to have there, just get rid of these two so that you can see. So the new sentence becomes, Mwadime smiled at her because she liked, or rather we're talking about Mwadime because he liked her neatly covered book. Full stop. So we have successfully used the conjunction because to join the two sentences. The next word class and the last one probably is the interjections. Now what are interjections? Now we are saying, just a minute, we just have to clean that. Interjections are basically words that are used to express emotional outbursts. When you have that hard feeling that you want to express in words, you use the word that you're going to use, going to be an interjection, and it has to, of course, end with an exclamation mark. Let's see examples here very quickly before time lapses. We have a word like oops. Oops, I stepped on the cat. Yuck, you didn't shower in the morning. So hey, I'm fond of this. All right. Wow, that is her. Okay, these are interjections. So that's it for now. Take care of yourself. Remember to subscribe, comment, drop a comment there, and just give us a like if these lessons are helping you. Bye for now. See you in the next video.